You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV. My name is Jodine Dorsey, your host, and we are on the Soul Cruise, headed to Cuba. Actually, we're headed to Havana, and look who we have on the ship, Miss Lalah Hathaway.
Hi.
Lalah.
How are ya?
It's not a Soul Cruise without you, huh?
I appreciate it. I'm so honored to be here on the inaugural cruise. Very nice.
Right. And is this your first time in Cuba?
It is.
How's the experience going for you?
It has been beautiful. We went on the long tour the other day. We watched some folks do a dance, and I mean, just the exchange and just the actual meeting and touching the people was really phenomenal.
Right. I was sharing with Kim during our interview that it was just so amazing for me to see so many people that look like us, you know, because I'm from Miami and we have a lot of Cubans, and it's like fair-skinned Cubans.
Yeah.
You go down there in Santiago, and it's my mama them. It's
You could be in Detroit.
Right.
You could be in Detroit. It was really phenomenal to see the shade and the hue of the people.
Right.
To look into the eyes of the people. You know, it was really phenomenal.
Were you inspired at all while you were there? So much music and so much gifts. I really was.
I particularly at the end of our tour before we came back, we went and saw a dance troupe. Some of the dancers had been dancing for 30, 40 years in this company. And it was so beautiful. The Afro-Cuban roots and how they have affected this music here, and how now it'll be able to come over in such a way that it hasn't been able to come over before, that we'll be able to share it and exchange it in a more real way is really awesome.
Yeah, it is fantastic. And talking about sharing, you did a panel on this cruise, and you did a little preview of this EP that's coming out. You got to tell me a little something about this.
It's called
EP.
Lalah Hathaway, the EP. 6 or 7 songs, written and produced with a young woman named Tiffany Goucher.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. It's a little bit left of center. It was nice that some of the folks came in today and gave their really honest opinion, which was, it's a lot of beats. This is not what we expected to hear from you. It's not what we're used to you doing, which is exactly what I knew I would hear. Right. So I was glad to play it for fans that know who I am, who feel like they know who I really am. And that some of them were a little jarred, which was good.
Right, right. Does that challenge you in any way? Does it make you feel a little uncomfortable knowing that people really want to hear Joe sample Lalah Hathaway album?
It doesn't. It really doesn't, because I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that. You know, I would hope to have the type of career that, you know, I'm on the road 8-9 months a year, and some months I'm playing beats, and some months I'm DJing, and some months I'm playing jazz, and some months I'm doing R&B, and then
that's right. Oh my gosh, forgot moment. You were DJing on the Super Cruise.
Yes,
you did your.
I've gotten way better. I've gotten way better. I'm gonna find DJ Kimmett tonight and ask him to let me sit in.
Oh, word, yes.
I love it.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Yes, so you will see Lalah Hathaway on the 1s and 2s doing a little something.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now let's go back to Tiffany. Who is this Tiffany young lady?
Tiffany Goucher is a young woman from Los Angeles, singer-songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, really beautiful musician, and she had written a record that I really liked. I saw the video, and I really loved the video. Loved her presentation, loved her mellifluous, chocolatey, dark tones. She's a contralto like I am. And was drawn to that work and hit her on Twitter, like, let's work. And that's how it worked.
So I never get that. Like the owners of NBC don't ever call me on Twitter. Just like tweet me on Twitter talking about Jodine. We got a show we want you to host.
I hit a lot of folks on Twitter and Facebook like, hey, I love your stuff. Let's work together. And I get a lot of responses from people, which is really great. It's such a great direct way to an artist.
Is that how you and Pharrell connected? Because I know you did. She's also on the Hidden Figures soundtrack.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs
Pharrell
on that
and
album.
I connected last year at the Grammys. We saw each other across the Staples Center, and he said, I want to work with you. And I said, no, I want to work with you. So I got so lucky.
How was that experience?
It was exactly as I dreamed it would be from '93. It was, he's a genius, and very few people really know how to work in the way that he does. He's super fluid, super intuitive, and he just knows how to get out of you what he wants. And so it was quite an experience. It felt like the first time I was ever in a session. It was a really good experience for me. I look for those producers that can bring that thing out of me, which I didn't know I had.
Nice.
And he does that.
Nice. So going back to the EP, when can we expect that to drop?
I'm hopeful about, let's see, what is it now? February, March, maybe top of April, middle of April, somewhere around there. The way that we put music out now has changed so much. We're not doing too much physical packaging
I'm a vinyl
right now.
collector, though. I love vinyl.
I know. We
Like,
will do vinyl. We
Okay.
will do an upgraded package for us folks that like records and like to read the liners
I
and
wanna read
see
a
the
liner
art and
note,
all that.
right.
We will create art for that. But the bulk of it will be
Digital.
and so we'll do all of that in the next 8 weeks or so.
Okay. And as far as working with Pharrell again and other projects that are coming up, anything
I
else
hope
we
so.
can
I
expect
hope
from
so.
there?
From our lips to God's ears. We've talked about it, and he's definitely on my short list. He's somebody I definitely want to create with for sure.
Because I just love, I love where you're going as an artist. I just
Thank you
love
so
where
much.
you take me.
Thank you.
And a lot of times, like you said at your workshop, it's like, turn the page.
Turn the page.
Turn the page.
It was funny. Rasan came down afterwards, and he and I always talk about it. You know, he said, "Did you enjoy your panel?" I said the part I enjoyed most was the abject horror on some of the faces.
Wait, they gave the still face like.
We're not used to being able to dance to your voice, but it's fine. It's all good. I
Right.
liked what the one young woman said. She said, "This took me back to your first record."
Right.
So wherever we intersect, I get it. You know, if Joni Mitchell made a trap record right now, I would say, "What? What are you doing, Joni Mitchell? Making a trap record?" But if that's what she wants to do, I'm gonna buy it.
And I think it's more, we hear the authenticity in it too. So it's not like, oh, Layla's just doing trap music and that's where she's at right now because she's trying to gain new fans or new millennials. No, it's actually, I hear you in your music.
Absolutely.
And it's authentic.
And it's written by me. So
Right.
the point is to do as much music as I can this go around.
Got it. Got it. Well, we're looking forward to the new album.
Thank you.
How do we get in contact with you? How do we stay in contact with you, know when the album is dropping?
All of my socials are Lalah Hathaway. That's Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. That's all of them right now.
Yeah, right.
I'm on everything.
Instagram, the
You can
Facebook,
find me on
Twitter,
on the internets at all times as Lalah Hathaway, and that's LALAH Hathaway.
LalahHathaway.com. Please make
There
sure
you
you go
go.
and visit. She has a live album out right now that's just amazing.
Thank you so much.
Grammy winner, amazing.
That is amazing.
Right.
I haven't gotten used to it yet.
Right. 5 Grammys, you ain't got used to it yet?
I haven't.
Really?
Just last month, I thought if I win any of these Grammys, that means my album won multiple. My little album I've been dreaming of doing
That you crowdfunded.
that I crowdfunded.
Let's talk about that.
That everyone tried to discourage me from doing.
Right. Because you're Lalah Hathaway.
Well, I don't know why. I think people just, a lot of people's business plan is, you know what you should do? They have a vision for what you should do. And I wanted to make a live record in the 90s.
Right.
And the label said, oh, no one buys live records. No one. Then Erykah Badu made a live record that did very well. And Jill Scott made a live record that did very well. And I wanted to make one. And the new label I was at said, no one buys live records. They're hard to promote. They don't play them on the radio. And Angel was the top song for 2016 for Urban Contemporary Adult.
Off of your live album.
Absolutely.
Off of her live album. Well,
So-
we're glad you did it.
Thank you.
We're glad you
Follow
did
my
it.
instinct. And thanks to everybody that gave me $5 and $10 and $15 and $100 to really get it started.
Excellent. And there was a lot of people on the ship that were like, I gave my
Absolutely.
money.
I have met some pledgers on the cruise.
That's fantastic. One more thing I got to ask you before we sign off here on Capital Jazz TV. Rebel soul music?
Real music
Real
rebels.
music rebel.
Real music rebels. I feel like I'm a real music rebel.
Okay.
I feel like I like to play with musicians. I like to create with people that have a high standard. I also like to buck the system. I will make trap records if I so choose. I will DJ. I will do whatever I want to do. I want to work with other like-minded musicians. I'm also right now super charged in terms of what's happening in the world through my music at times.
Right.
I really feel like the responsibility of the artist is to echo what the people are saying, and that's part of being a rebel as well.
Right. Who's part of this collective? It's like it's a few. of
I'm just collecting people. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're part of it, but I really count Rasan, Mint, Robert Glasper, King, Anderson .Paak, Kendrick Lamar, Solange. I really count us as people that are not necessarily floating in with the mainstream,
Right.
but have found a niche, and we're doing our thing.
And they are reflecting what's happening in our culture
What's
right
happening
now.
at the time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being our voice.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Lalah Hathaway, once again, LalahHathaway.com is the website.
Absolutely.
EP coming out.
It's called The EP.
It's
Lalah
called
Hathaway,
the EP.
The EP. That's what it's called.
And it's going to be something that will blow your mind. We got a preview of it here on the Soul Cruise. It will blow your mind. So please be on the lookout for that as well. Lalah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
This is Jodine, your host, signing off on Capital Jazz TV.